Hey guys, in today's video I'm unboxing and reviewing my brand new Razer Blackwidow Elite mechanical keyboard. So if you've been thinking about getting one, stick around and see what I thought the pros and cons are for this new top-end keyboard. The story behind me needing a new keyboard is that I've had a Logitech G19 for about the last 5 years, and it's been a good keyboard in as far as a non-mechanical keyboard goes. I've wanted to upgrade to a mechanical one for a while, but I just couldn't justify the spend when my G19 was working perfectly still. However, a few days ago my Logitech finally started to have power issues with the power coming on and off all the time, which is pretty infuriating for when you're playing games, so it was time for a new keyboard. After a quick look online on ozbargain.com.au and seeing that MSY happened to have a sale on for the Blackwidow Elite at a price of $139, which is about $100 off the normal price. So they come in green, orange and yellow buttons, with the green being clicky and sort of a heavier button, the orange being silent with the heavier button, and the yellow being silent with the lighter buttons. The point of registering a keystroke on the yellow is higher, so you don't need to press the button as far for every keystroke registration. The orange seemed like a poor mix of the bad bits from both the yellow and the green buttons. While the green and yellow seemed similar to press to me, I didn't really notice a big difference in the pressure needed to push the buttons, but then I tend to slam my buttons when typing, so that's probably why. The sound was a little louder with the greens, but not annoyingly so, I thought. Although now that I'm home and have the yellow one, I realise how loud they are. Maybe the greens were going to be a bit loud for my liking. In the end, as I said, I got the yellow buttons. The box is what I've come to expect from Razer. It's high quality and glossy with good explanations of what the keyboard is capable of and nice high gloss photos of the keyboard and the components. Inside the keyboard is well packed and presented. It looks great in the box. There's a nice foam packaging that keeps the keyboard safe in shipping until you get it home and unboxed. The keyboard itself seems very well made with a solid metal backplate that the keys stand up from. I feel like this won't get full of food and other gunk that tends to get stuck in all my old keyboards. The plate seems to also stop fingerprints from being stuck to it as well. There's a nice super soft wrist rest that attaches to the keyboard with magnets, and the keyboard has good cable management built into the bottom so that you can easily route the cables any way you like. In setting it up, there's 2 USB and 1 speaker plugs that can go into the back of your PC. You only need to attach one of the USBs to use the keyboard. However, if you want to use the speaker port and the USB port on the left side of the keyboard, you do need to plug the other 2 into the back of your PC too. Once installed, it will download the Razer Snaps program, where you can control all your RGB goodness. There are heaps of preset light patterns that you can use, or you can set up your own combination of lighting, or even use multiple parts of the presets mixed in with your own color config. It's very easy to do. As a general rule, all of my lighting is red or blue, and I have my keyboard set up with all the keys red except for the WASD keys that I've set to blue, and there's a ripple effect in a rainbow of colors from each keystroke. There's media controls on the top right of the keyboard that are nice to have, with a volume control sticking slightly out to the side of the keyboard for ease of use. There's also adjustments on the bottom of the keyboard from lay flat to having the back raised up into 2 different height levels. So the pros and cons: pros, awesome ambient RGB glow from under the keys, and each key lights up really brightly. Super easy to set up the RGB for pretty much any lighting program that you want. Ultra responsive keys that register a keystroke almost before you've even pressed the button makes your actions in games very fast. Super solid build quality. The wrist rest is extremely comfortable, and it's a small form factor for a full-sized keyboard. Now the cons: it's a bit expensive unless you're really lucky and happen to get it at a great sale price like I did. There's a noticeable metallic twang every time I hit the spacebar, but again, I type heavily, so maybe that's why. The wrist rest covers the RGB Razer logo, and the magnets seem a little weak on the wrist rest for the connection. And the media controls light up around the base of them, but they don't light up at the top, making it hard to see what button you want to use in a dark room. Some people have mentioned they don't like the way that the volume control sticks out from the side of the keyboard. I quite like it. The ultra responsive keys can be a bit of an issue if you're a fat-fingered person like me, or you're a lazy typer like me, that sometimes drags my fingers from key to key. I get a lot of mistakes in my typing now that I didn't previously, as they now register when they didn't previously on a less responsive keyboard. I guess it's a good thing. I'll just need to force myself to become a better typer. Overall, the cons are minor and the pros easily outweigh them. The Razer Blackwidow Elite is an awesome keyboard, and if you're looking for a new high-end mechanical keyboard with impressive RGB lighting for gaming or in general, this is a very solid choice. Okay guys, thanks for watching. If you have any thoughts or questions on the keyboard, let me know in the comments below. And if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up, and if it helped you in any way, sub to the channel, and I'll be bringing more games and tech related videos out soon. Thanks guys, and remember, you're awesome.